You. Do you have a cozy gamer in your life or a cozy person? Come a little closer. This gift guide is for you. So this time of the year, everybody's looking to find the perfect gift for Christmas, for the end of the year, maybe December babies. And what more would somebody need than a perfect cozy gamer or cozy person gift guide? This list is comprised of different things that I find super cozy and that the other people in your life might enjoy as well. Now, I don't want to focus only on games or game setups, but also a few different things that people really appreciate. But to start off, we are going to start off with games. Now, games can be super expensive, so if you are thinking of getting a game, make sure you can afford it. The other alternative is maybe getting a gift card, such as for the Nintendo eShop. That way, the cozy person in your life can buy a digital game, especially since a lot of digital games tend to go on sale quite often. If you know that a person is really into wanting a physical version of a game and has been dying to get it because they like to collect, definitely be on the lookout to see if there are any sales that are going on, whether it's Amazon, at your local GameStop, anything like that. Even Target and Walmart can sometimes have games on sales so that you can get the physical copy. Other things that can be game-related would be plushies from games. As you can tell, I've got quite a few in the back over here. You could get some, whether it's Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, which are two of my favorite games of all times. We've also got Pokemon back there. Any type of plushie from a game, or maybe a plushie from a character or movie or TV show that they really like, will be appreciated. And oftentimes, those can also be on sale. You can also check out Etsy and other small businesses for crocheted versions of plushies. Aside from plushies, you can look into figurines or keychains or anything related to the game, movie, series, anything that that person in your life really appreciates because they might be into collectibles. Funko Pop, as an example, has figurines as well as keychains for different types of games and movies and series that might be the perfect way to go for that person. And Funko Pop, oftentimes you can find them at Walmart or Target for exclusives and sometimes on sale. Aside from those types of figurines, and to support small businesses, my online friend recently made me these, which is the blue chicken from Stardew Valley and the red slime, as slimes are my favorite monsters to beat in the mines, since I don't think they're the hardest, but they can get tricky, and red is just absolutely adorable. You can also look into apparel. Hot Topic is a place where you can check out for not only figurines and collectibles, but also apparel, as well as other types of anime-style shops. Sailor Moon is one of those series that I absolutely adore, and I recently went to one of the malls near here, and I saw that they had a stock of t-shirts and hoodies at Hot Topic. And another thing that can be game-related, although most things on this list can be game-related, would be books, coloring books, maybe some magazines, blankets, oversized hoodies that can be game-related, TV show-related, that cozy person in your life will appreciate. Some examples of coloring books and comic books that you could look into. One being the Stardew Valley comic book that I was able to get off of Fangamer, as well as the Junimo coloring book that the Stardew Valley fan in your life will love. Basically, the rest of this list can be game-related because a lot of games tend to have an assortment of things, such as Animal Crossing, which I know has blankets, coloring books, comics, desk accessories, plushies, you name it, and they probably have some sort of an item that goes with the game. But for this section, let's focus in more on the electronics, especially for that person that sits at their desk all day, whether it's for work or for gaming purposes. Desk accessories can range anywhere from a desk mat to a keyboard to a mouse, maybe a stand for their tablet or phone, a charging dock. But focusing in on that gamer in your life, one of the things that they might be really into, especially if they're trying to do content creating, like me, is a nice microphone. And I have the Logitech Blue Yeti microphone that I was able to get on sale from Amazon. I got the pink version. Microphones can be expensive, and a lot of gaming accessories can also be super expensive. But you can find things that are maybe on the cheaper side by looking at brands such as Logitech, Razer, HyperX, Elgato, and even Rode for different types of mics that might be on sale. But also you can get mini versions of them for that person that might be starting out in their gaming career or gaming life. And I know that the Logitech has a mini version, as well as the Razer has a mini Siren version microphone that you could gift. You can also look into a mouse, whether it's more of on the ergonomic side. Somebody like me who tends to have their hand cramped most of the time because I'm at the computer all day, typing away at notes and interacting with different organizations. You can also look at a gaming mouse, which can have features such as RGB, wireless, or wired, depending on the preference of the person. Headsets are also super great to receive as a gift, but that could be a little bit more personalized, so I would say that you would really need to know this person well enough to know the type of features that they want in a headset, whether they want a microphone attached to it or detachable, whether they need it to be wireless or wired, whether they need different features for gaming aspects or content creating. You want to make sure that you're looking out for the right specs on the headset, as people might have it for multi-use, whether it is to be in front of the computer or whether they will want to have it on the go as well. I have a Razer headset, which I really like right now. It's pink, goes with the rest of my setup, has the ability to adjust the volume on the side with a knob. I can connect it whether it's Bluetooth, wired, or through a USB device. Headsets are definitely something great to look into. Logitech also has the Aurora headset, which a lot of people really like to look at, especially because you can change the foam covers and it's got an RGB feature to it. The other more expensive type of gaming accessory or equipment on my list would be a keyboard. Now, I am a keyboard enthusiast. I have a wall of keyboards. I've got a stand of keyboards. I absolutely love keyboards. There are the clicky keyboards, there are the more thocky sound keyboards, there are the creamy sound keyboards. I am more of a linear switch girl because I don't like that super clicky sound to it. I like a nice deep thock or creamy sound. Now, keyboards can be super expensive, and you are definitely going to want to have to know that person very well to figure out the sounds that they like, but keyboards are so nice to be able to make on your own. So if you're not sure about getting a complete keyboard for a person, you might want to look into getting them parts, whether it's the gasket, whether it's the switches, whether it's keycaps, that person can sit down and put together their keyboard and have so much fun doing it. It's one of my favorite activities to do. For the people out there in my life who want to get me a gift, keyboards are definitely something that we can talk about. I also just love the idea of having something that somebody put so much thought into thinking they might like this color, they might like this design. This is catered to their games that they like or a theme that they like. Some of the keyboards that I've made myself. One is a Animal Crossing themed one and another one is a Sailor Moon themed one. And it's just so amazing to have different keyboards to switch out depending on my mood, depending on the week, depending on the type of game that I might be playing in the moment. On the lower budget side, again, because the other types of electronics that I've named so far can be very expensive, you might want to look for accessories for those electronics. If you have that keyboard and you're in front of the computer all day typing, you might want a nice comfortable wrist rests. And there are a variety of different types of wrist rests out there. I have a cloud themed one because again, I'm very cutesy, I'm very fun, I love color. Got a few in different colors to match with my keyboards and my desk mats, which are the next thing on my list. A nice wrist rest is a very nice gift to have. Desk mats. There is a plethora of desk mats out there, from the type of texture that it has, whether it's more of the fabric or the rubberized type, or even a leather type. There are also desk mats of different colors or themes. I have one that's Sailor Moon themed. I also have a Stardew Valley themed and an Animal Crossing themed, on top of a solid green and a solid pink, just to have something a little bit more on the neutral side. Desk mats are so nice to tie together the entirety of your desk, or if your desk is a little bit more on the simpler aesthetic side and you want just a pop of color or flair to it, a desk mat can definitely add to it. You can also gift mic covers. I have the fluffy one right here. There are mic covers out there, different colors, different styles, to focus on zoning out different types of sounds or focusing in on accentuating different things in a person's voice. I'm somebody that can speak a little bit loud and then I start to tone down a little bit when I'm speaking because I don't have too much of volume control, but also I am a very soft-spoken person in general, so I don't really know how loud I'm being. You can also look for coasters, since that person most likely has more than one beverage on their desk. I currently have my coffee and my water, and I have all these different coasters that I will turn to. I've got some fruit-themed ones, as well as a cloud-themed one that matches my wrist rest. And the other accessory that I'm thinking of would be blue light glasses, especially if you're in front of the computer or screens all day and you want to avoid exposure to those types of light. Blue light glasses are a great accessory, not only to look nice, but also to protect your eyes. Warby Parker is an example that has diverse styles and sizes for that person sitting in front of a computer or screen all day. Buying a console can be super expensive. You might not be able to gift that person whether it's a Nintendo Switch or a PS5 or an Xbox, so accessories for that console are super appreciated. Thumb grips are such a nice little touch to add flair to a Switch, and those definitely come in different themes, in different characters, so that's a really nice gift to give to somebody. I have a few different ones for my consoles, especially for my Switch Lite, and for my Steam Deck. I have a bear-themed one, I've got some Animal Crossing-themed ones, and I absolutely love them. There are so many different types, whether it comes from Zelda, to Super Mario, to Nintendo, to animals, to food. You can find so many different types of thumb grips, and they come in packs, and they tend to be on the more inexpensive side if you want to have them as a stocking stuffer. You can also look for cases for the consoles, especially for the Switch Lite and the Switch and the Steam Deck, which are the consoles that I have. You can look for cases that are ergonomic. That way it's a little bit more comfortable to play the console. Steam Deck, for example, is a very heavy console and can be very uncomfortable for your hands. It does have a shape that's really nice for your hands, but the weight of it can be a lot. So if you want to give them a case that would help them with that, that's such a nice touch. And then the Nintendo Switch is flat compared to the Steam Deck, so having grips or a case with grips that can make it so much easier to hold as if you were holding an actual controller is a nice gift. You can also look at charging docks or docks in general for both types of consoles. I've definitely come across Amazon with a Pokeball charging dock, which I think is absolutely precious. And regular mounting docks are super nice to have for people that want to enjoy their handheld experience on the big screen. Aside from regular cases for the actual console themselves, you might want to look for some portable cases. Especially when you're on the go or traveling, it's nice to have that extra protection for your portable consoles to avoid any sort of breakage. So a nice themed one could be one that you can get. Geekshare definitely has thumb grips and cases, as well as portable cases that you can get that cozy person in your life. And the last desk or gaming accessory that I will think of would be a tablet stand or a phone stand. People use tablet stands not only for their tablets, but maybe for their journals or agendas, just so that they can have it in front of them and look at the different tasks or to-do lists that they have to do that day. It's also nice to have something standing if you don't want to be hovering over your desk, looking at the written things or looking at your tablet, but you want to have something propped up while you're working. You can even look at a tablet pencil case as well. I have an iPad, and my iPad has a Apple Pencil, and I got this case for it recently. I also have another one that is a pencil-themed one with a little bear on it. This one retracts, which is really nice. You just press the side button, and the pencil retracts back in. Those would be the things on my list that I would consider more computer or console-related, setup-related gifts for that cozy person in your life. For the next section, we're going to focus in on some books. You can get that person a subscription to an e-reader. I have a Nook, and Nook has an audiobook subscription for anybody that likes to listen to audiobooks. I know that the Kindle also has the Audible subscription that you can get that person. Kindle also has the subscription in general that you can get for reading books online. Getting those subscriptions or offering to help out, pay a certain amount of the subscription would be a really nice gesture for the readers in your life. You can also look at wishlisted books. If that person has made a list public or has mentioned a few times different types of books that they would like to get, you can be on the lookout for those books. Or if you're not too sure, but you know the genre that they like, you can look at books in that genre that are highly recommended maybe bestsellers that could add to that person's book collection. You could also get reading accessories, whether it's a bookmark, a book light. If that person has an e-reader and not a physical book, maybe a cover for that e-reader or a screen protector for the e-reader, maybe a grip for the e-reader as well, as some people like to hold their e-reader in a comfortable way. Accessories can be a great way to enhance the reading enjoyment, can have a personal touch where that person can think about who gave it to them, and small businesses definitely make different types of accessories and can customize them to cater to that person's taste. And finally, for that stationery lover in your life, you can get some journals, agendas, you can get calendars, you can gift them pens or colored pens. You can really go all out, get them a nice pencil case to put all their things away, maybe a stationery case. It's just so nice to have that extra touch, especially if that person likes to write letters or likes to just spend some time writing. The second to last thing on my list is hydration station focused. You can get really nice water bottles out there. It doesn't have to be Yeti brand. You can also look at small businesses for customizable water bottles. One of my favorite types of glasses or water bottles out there are the frosted themed ones, and I have this Frida Kahlo one that you can get from small businesses. I've seen Sailor Moon themed ones. I've seen Karol G themed ones for all the bichotas out there. Hydration station, really encouraging people to stay hydrated, is such a thoughtful idea. And then the last thing on my list is definitely focused in on that self-care portion, and it would be maybe some skincare products. Somebody like me, and for those that know me, know that I absolutely love skincare. I really emphasize the need for caring for your skin, because your skin is what the world sees, but also what you see in yourself, and you want to make sure that it feels healthy. So whether it's a nice cleanser, whether it's a nice moisturizer, whether you're putting in some different serums, it's such a nice gift to give people, especially if you're indoors all day. You want to make sure you're putting in the right nutrients into your skin. But when you go out and you're being active, you want to make sure that you have the right skincare going on to protect yourself from the outdoors, whether it's the sun, whether it's the breeze that's going on, anything that might be out there, your skin is going to absorb it. So you want to make sure that you are doing everything to give your skin love. I love, for example, Glow Recipe is my favorite line. I love the Creme Shop. Korean brands are really, really kicking it in there for me right now. You can get that person a gift card to Sephora, for example. Sephora is one of those stores that I absolutely adore for their diversity that they have in types of products, not just focused in on makeup or hair products, but skincare. They've got lines for men and women, so if you need to make sure you're looking at the right texture of the person, the type of facial hair they might have, the type of skin prone to acne maybe, or oils or not oily, they will have so many different things, and I guarantee that that cozy person in your life will absolutely love you for getting them things to promote healthy skin. So look into different types of brands out there. You can even look into The Ordinary, which is a brand that has had high ratings and can be on the more inexpensive side if you're not too sure about how much you want to spend in skincare. Skincare can get very expensive, so you want to be on the lookout for that if you have a budget. But there are so many different brands and so many different things out there that you could cater to. And even with that, I will say, get them a lip balm. This time of the year, especially you're living somewhere like I do, that it's getting cold outside, your lips are going to be crying if they don't have a nice lip balm. So a lip balm can be a super nice stocking stuffer to give that person. I just want to emphasize supporting small businesses out there. I know I named a lot of big brands in this just to make it a little bit easier for people to search things up or have a reference to. If you're looking at a mic and you're looking, for example, at the Logitech Blue Yeti, which can be on the in-between, I would say, when it comes to either super expensive or super affordable, I give these brands as a reference if you want to look at specs specifically, whether it's noise canceling, whether it heightens a certain type of flex in your voice, whether it focuses in on comfort. That's the purpose of me naming these brands. But there are definitely other brands out there, whether they're more indie, whether they're smaller brands out there that have the same exact type of specs or similar ones that will be just as good. Use these suggestions as a reference if you can't afford them and if you want to support other businesses out there and other people that would really appreciate it during this time of year. Thank you so much for joining me in on another video. Please take care of yourself during this time of year. Seasonal affective disorder is a thing. I want everybody to make sure that they're taking care of their mind, their bodies, check in on that person that you love, that person that you care about, somebody that might not be as interactive as they used to be during the year, just to make sure that they're doing great. And from one bichota to another, stay cozy and see you next time. Adios.